Everyone, welcome to Math and Science Learning. So today we will discuss about the class 10 NCERT, that is chapter 2, acid, base and salt. This is the second part of the video. The first video we already discussed about the basic properties of acid and base, how they react with each other and what are the indicators. So today we will discuss about what are the common between the acid and base, what are salt, what are the different properties of salt, and what are the uses of acid and base in our daily life. So let's start. So we already know that all the acid have hydrogen gas when they react with the metals. So we already know when the acid is react with any metals, so what is formed here is release of hydrogen gas along with the formation of a salt. Okay, so hydrogen, we know that the hydrogen is common to all the acid. Okay, here is an activity given. When the dilute hydrochloric acid is taken in a beaker and the iron nail is fixed in it, then it is connected to a battery of 6 volt with a switch, then the bulb starts glowing. Okay, so how the bulb start glowing? Because the electric current pass through the dilute hydrochloric acid is passed. So we can conclude that the acid, that is the hydrochloric acid here, is conduct electricity. That is why the bulb glow. The bulb start glowing in the case of acid, but you will observe that the glucose or alcohol solution do not conduct electricity. So glowing of the bulb indicate that the flow of current through the solution. The electric current carried out through the acidic solution by ions. So how electric current can carried out in a solution? Because of the presence of the different ion in the solution. So acid contain H plus ion as cation and anion such as Cl minus in HCl. HCl contains anion, that is Cl minus, and nitric acid HNO3 contain NO3 minus, that is anion, and H plus ion is common to all the acid. Okay, sulfuric acid also contain sulfuric acid contains sulfate SO4 2 minus anion, and acetic acid contain acetate CaCO minus as anion. Since the cation present in the acid is H plus, this suggests that acid produce hydrogen gas H plus in aqueous solution. Okay, so this is responsible for the acidic properties. H plus is the responsible for the acidic properties of all the acid. What happen to an acid or base in water solution? Okay, so here is given an activity where we take the sodium chloride and give some sulfuric acid, that is concentrated sulfuric acid. What happened here? Is the hydrogen chloride, that is hydrochloric acid, is formed. So the hydrogen ion in the hydrochloric acid is produced in the presence of water. Okay, the separation of H plus ion from the HCl molecule cannot occur in the absence of water. So when HCl is react with the water, HCl which is acid react with the water, then H3O plus is released with chlorine ion, that is the anion, and the positive ion here is hydronium ion. Okay, so the H plus ion from the HCl is when added with water, it form hydronium ion, that is H3O plus. Okay, so we can conclude that when the acid is react with water, then the ions are formed. Okay, that is the positive and negative ion is formed. So here the positive ion is, that is the cation is H3O plus, and the negative, that is anion, is Cl minus. So let's see what happens when the base is react with water. So when the base, that is NaOH, sodium hydroxide, is react with water, then what form here is the both positive and negative ions, that is the cation and anion, that is the sodium ions and hydroxide ion. Different example are when the potassium hydroxide is react with water, then the potassium ion is formed along with the release of hydroxide ions, that is anion. Same in the cases of magnesium hydroxide. So base generate hydroxide, that is OH minus ion in water, whereas acid generate H plus ion in the water, whereas base generate OH minus ion. Okay, so base is soluble in water, is called alkali. So all the bases are not soluble in water, but The base which are soluble in water are called alkali. So what is the difference between alkali and base is base. Base are those base, all the bases are not soluble in water, but all the alkali are soluble in water. So now let's see what happens when the base is react with water. So base, here is given an example, that is sodium hydroxide, which is a base. When react with the water, then it form the its respective ion, such as that is Na plus sodium ion and hydroxide, OH minus ions. Okay, that is the positive, that is the cation, and negative, that is the anion. So here a different example is given. When similarly, when the potassium hydroxide is react with water, is added to water, then potassium and hydroxide ion is released. Potassium, that is positive ion, and negative ion. Magnesium, same in the cases of magnesium and magnesium hydroxide. Okay, so base generate hydroxide ions in water. Okay, so base when added to water, it generate hydroxide ion. The base which are soluble in water are called alkali. Okay, so alkali, what are alkali? Alkali are those base which are soluble in water. All those bases which are soluble in water are called alkali. All the bases do not dissolve in water, and alkali is a base which is dissolved in water. Okay, they are soapy to touch, bitter or corrosive. So never taste or touch them, they may be causes harm. Okay, so different base. Okay, so base are, all the bases are not alkali, but those bases which are soluble in water are called alkali. Okay, so what are the different properties of alkalis also summarize here, that is those are soapy to taste, to touch, and bitter to taste, and corrosive in nature. The process of dissolving acid or base in water is highly exothermic. Care should be taken, care must be taken while mixing the concentrated nitric acid or sulfuric acid in water. Okay, so process of dissolving water, acid or base in water. If we add acid or base in water, it is highly exothermic. Exothermic means heat is high, huge amount of heat is released there. So we should be take care while mixing the nitric acid, concentrated nitric acid and sulfuric acid with water. Okay, this acid must be always slowly to water, mix slowly to water at constant stirring. We should constantly stir it while mixing with the water. Okay, if the water is added to the concentrated acid, that generate heat is generated may causes the mixture to splash out and causes burn. Okay, so you should take necessary precaution. The glass container may be break due to the excessive local heating. Okay, as a huge amount of heat is released, the glass may be break, so you should take care. Okay, glass containing many may also. Okay, so out of the warming of the sign, one can concentrate sulfuric acid on the bottles of the sodium hydroxide is pelt. Mixing acid or base in water result in decrease in the concentration of the ion. Okay, that is the H3O plus or OH minus per unit of the volume. Such process is called dilution of acid or base in the said to be diluted. Okay, diluted means the concentrated sulfuric acid. Suppose we take the concentrated sulfuric acid H2SO4. Okay, when we mix it with water, then it became diluted. Diluted means its concentration decreases, that is the decrease of H3O minus H3O plus ion. H3O plus ion, the concentration of H3O plus ion is decreases, so that it became dilute. Concentration means its ionic particles is more in the given volume of the solution, but dilute solution is the solution in which the ionic volume is more as compared to the given volume of the substance. So how strong are acid or base in a solution? We know that the acid base indicator can use to distinguish between an acid and a base. Okay, You have already learned in the previous section about the dilution decreased concentration of H plus OH minus in the solution. So can you quantitatively find out the amount of this ion present in the solution? We can judge how strong an acid or base. Okay, so we can do this by making the use of universal indicator. What is a mixture of the several indicator? The universal indicator show the different color of the different concentration of hydrogen ion in a solution. A scale measuring the hydrogen ion concentration in a solution is called pH scale. Has been developed. The P in the pH stand for the potence in the German, meaning power. Okay. On the pH scale, we can measure the pH generally from the 0, very reactive, to 14, very alkali. So pH should be thought as simple as a number indicate the acidic or basic nature of a solution. The higher the hydronium ion concentration, the lower is the pH value. So how can we recognize if an acid is very strong or an base is very weak or very strong? Okay, so for that we use a special type of scale which is mixture of various kinds of indicator called universal indicator. Okay, so it's a ranges. This is the pH scale is given. So pH scale, this is the 7. It ranges from 0 to 14. Okay, if a solution has a pH value 0, that is it is very acidic, so it decreases, the acidic property of the substance decreases as its pH value increases up to 7. Okay, when the pH value of a substance is 7, it is neither acidic nor basic, it is neutral. Okay, as its pH value further increases, it became base. Okay, the substance having pH value more than 7 is basic in nature. Okay, on increasing the pH value up to 14, its basicity property increases. Okay, so this is how the concentration of hydrogen ion, that is H plus ion, is measured with the pH. Okay, pH, that is called pH scale. So pH of neutral solution is 7, and less than 7 means pH scale means represent acidic solution. So acidic solution, as already discussed, pH value of 7 has neutral solution, and acidic solution as it decreases to the 7, less than 7. Okay, so it represents the pH OH minus ion concentration from 7 to 14. 7 to 14 it represents the OH minus ion concentration of OH minus increases and H plus decreases. Okay, so it became basic in nature. It represents the strength of the alkali. Alkali means the base which are soluble in water. Generally paper is more impregnated with the universal indicator used for the pH, measuring pH. So here is given the different pH value of different substance. So pure blood has pH value 7.4. Okay, and the pure water has the pH value that is 7.0. Okay, so here it is not given, but pH value of pure water is 7.0, and that of lemon juice is 2, that is very acidic, so its value is 2.2, and that of gastric juice is 1.2, and milk of magnesia, which act as antacid when the acidity is happening to our stomach, its pH value is 10, and the pH value of sodium hydroxide solution is 14, which is very basic, highly basic in nature. The strength of acid and base depend upon the number of hydrogen ion and OH minus ion produced. Okay, so acid strength can be recognized with the number of hydrogen ion, and the basic strength can be depended by the number of OH minus, that is hydroxy ion. Okay, respectively. If we take the hydrochloric acid and the acetic acid, the same concentration, say 1 molar. Okay, 1 molar of moles of the hydrochloric acid and 1 mole of sulfuric acid is taken. What produces the different amount of hydrogen ion? Okay, the acid gives the rise to more H plus ion, said to be strong acid. Okay, and the acid give less H plus ion, is said to be weak acid. So Thanks for watching this video. Keep like, share and subscribe my channel and share it with your friend. Thank you.